Varsity game first, kickoff at 4:30. We have a little bit of change up in the lineup tonight as Max Anreder is at a college commitment for his honors program next season and unable to attend tonight. So Justin Boney gets the start at center back, moving Ruben Brake over to the left fullback position. Kason Hamlin at the right fullback. Evan Horton at his typical right center back position. Nangle and Dunaway in the defensive mids. Brandon Schumacher and Ben Schumacher in the middle. Center mid and striker. Titus Clevenger on the left and Jax Edson getting the start tonight on the right. Three-man crew tonight for the referees. Number 27, Cannon Adams, the senior, taking the kickoff for the Liberators. Player to watch, number 23, Matt Giglio, scored both goals for the Liberators in the matchup a week or so ago. I guess it was about 10 days ago at the Willard tournament. All right, underway. Number 4 is Bryan. Eli Bryan plays it to the near side for 21, Bachman. Played back to number 12, Barry. Max Barry drops to his back line, Burke. Burke all the way across to the far side. Possession on the back line. Touch to the left back wide. Ball back into the middle of the field. Up to number 4, Barry. That's Giglio on the ball, number 23. Trying to play it through. Nangle's there to steal. Nangle with time. Ball deflected. Eli Bryan able to come back to win it to number 12, Barry. Ball to the near side for number 21, Bachman. Bachman plays it down the line, deflected by Clevenger. Nangle wins it. Possession for the Cougars. Clevenger down the line and loses out of play. Throw in for the Liberators. Number 12, Max Barry there to take the throw. Nangle wins the first touch up to Clevenger. Number 21, Bachman comes in for a dangerous tackle, no call. Cougars win it back. Ben Schumacher through the middle, being defended by number 17. I don't have number 17 on my roster card. Hamlin comes in, deflected away by by Burke. Hamlin plays it wide. Edson over there challenging. That's the, I believe that's the older, let's see, who we got over there. That's Giglio on the challenge. And foul called, free kick for the Cougars. Kason Hamlin, the right back, there to take the kick. Hamlin with his left foot, side spinning ball. Schumacher there, Burke there, heads it into the air. Burke again on the header. Clevenger gets a touch on it. Ball still in the box. Schumacher tries to win it. It's knocked off the ball and cleared by Bryan, deflected off Dunaway. Nangle and Bryan challenge for it. Nangle gets it up to Bachman. Boney steals and plays it back to Barry. Barry tries to get it through. Clevenger steals. Nice feet by Clevenger. Tries to poke it through 17. And foul called on number 17. See if he's somewhere on the lineup that I'm not seeing. All right, free kick for the Cougars. Ben Schumacher there, about 40 out to take the free kick. Ball to the far side, headed away by number 17. Out on the run by the Liberators. Boney's able to win it back to the side, but one right back by number 5, is Xavier Cox. In the middle of the field, Ben Schumacher in possession. Burke's all the way up as a center back. Schumacher plays it wide to Edson. Edson taking the far side, plays it across, deflected away by the Liberators. That's number 11, Ben Barry, on the left back position. Left center back. Throw in deflected off by the Cougars and back to the Liberators. Cox plays it in. Header down into possession for Bryant. Back to Cox on the far side. Hamlin comes in to challenge, wins the ball. Hamlin looking to turn. Being defended by Cox and knocked out of play. Throw in for the Cougars. Casey Hamlin there to take the throw. Into Schumacher. Ben Schumacher wins it down. Plays it all the way back to Stewart. Stewart has time. Plays it to the near side. Clevenger over to win it. Clevenger has pressure on number 21 Bachman. Titus able to play it to space. Plays over the top for Schumacher to chase. Keeper's out of the box. Uses his head. Edson there on the foul. Plays it in. And not quite enough on it. Goes to the near side. Burke up to Giglio. Challenged by Nangle. Clevenger comes in the double. Giglio, good feet, but stolen by Schumacher. Ben Schumacher into the middle. Knocked off the ball. Able to get back to it for the drop for Dunaway. Dunaway finds Ben Schumacher again. Schumacher chips it over to Edson. Deflected in, and as number 11, Ben Berry tried to clear it, hit Edson in the, looks like maybe in the back, and to the goalie to pick it up. Number 42, Wyatt Biles, the goalie for the Liberators. Ball loose in the middle. Jason Hamlin there to win it. Plays it too strong over the top and all the way into Biles. Over to the near side. Ball out of play. And it's a throw for the Cougars. Ruben Break here on the near side to take the throw. Break into Clevenger. Headed away by number 12, Max Berry. Dunaway wins it in the middle of the field, but called for the foul, and it's a free kick for the Liberators. Burke takes the quick ball over the top. Number 27 over there is Canyon Adams. And Rush Stewart able to get off his line and get to the ball first. Stewart taking time to reset. Ben Schumacher playing that center mid position. Brandon Schumacher up top. Burke gets the first touch into the air. Brian there. Heads it forward into number 27, Adams. Over to the near side. Force Bachman. Horton with a nice steal. Gets it all the way up to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher trying to turn. Able to turn off the first challenge. Gets it to Ben. Ben Schumacher in the middle of the field. Has the double come. Able to find space. Schumacher back to the near side for Break. Into the middle, stolen away by number 17. To the near side, number 12 is Berry. Max Berry over to number 21, Bachman. Berry into number 17 as he's able to turn. Ball played through Hamlin, nice win. Plays it back through, deflected off number 17's back, and then Dunaway's back. Giglio gets it on the ground, over to Cox, being defended by Hamlin. Cox gets the edge. Into the top of the box, plays it over to number 27, back into Giglio. And tackle is clean back into the middle of the field. Burke back up to number 27, Adams. Stolen away by Hamlin. Hamlin over the top, nobody there. Ben Berry gets a touch. Brandon Schumacher tries to clear it away on the tackle. Berry back to it, plays it to the far side for Cox. And that's too far ahead of Xavier Cox, the junior. Now to play another throw in for the Cougars. Foul called on the Liberators on the throw-in. Foul on Dunaway. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Ben Schumacher there to take the kick. Schumacher with the driving ball in. Cleared away by number 22, Archer Ingold. Over to Cox. Played through, deflected away by Dunaway. Ball's loose in the middle. Number 17 gets it over to Cox. On the ground, up to number 27, Adams. Kenyon Adams down the line. Giglio there on the ball, plays it in. Shot deflected by Stewart and wide of the frame. That was number 4, Eli Bryant on the run, the sophomore midfielder. And it's a corner kick upcoming for the Liberators. Xavier Cox over to take the corner kick for the Liberators. Side spinning ball in. Stewart's at the front of the. Oh man, Stewart got caught at the front post, and that almost went over into a goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Rush Stewart there to take the kick. Back spinning ball into the middle of the field. Archer Ingold first to touch. Dunaway comes in on the challenge, won by number 17 up to Brian. Brian one more to Cox into the corner. Xavier Cox being defended by Hamlin. Cox plays the ball across. Nangle's there, heads it away. Burke gets there first for the Liberators. Nangle steps in, Ben Schumacher on the double. Burke plays it to the near side for Bachman. Bachman plays the drop. Giglio's there to turn. Clevenger in front. Giglio looking to get the move, plays it across the backside, and he's offside as Stewart gets a touch on it, but the flag went up. Offside on number 21. I'm sorry, number 27, Canyon Adams. Russ Stewart there to take the indirect after the offside. Stewart driving ball to the far side. Goes past Edson and out of play, throwing for the Liberators just beyond midfield. Throwing down the line, Hamlin's there, trying to settle it down with his chest. Cox comes on the pressure. A lot of contact as the ball gets to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher there to turn. Cox comes in and deflects. Boney there, plays it back in the middle of the field. Burke wins it. Up to Giglio for the Liberators. Over the top for Cox. Cox heads it down. Nobody there for the Liberators, and the keeper, Stewart, able to come off his line and grab it in the top of the box. Rush Stewart setting up the formation for the Cougars to reset. Stewart, big top spinning ball. Brandon Schumacher gets the touch off his knee. Back in the middle, Giglio's there. Burke plays it all the way over to Cox on the far side. Xavier Cox plays it through to Bryant on the diagonal. Hamlin back to defend. Bryant into the middle for Adams. Adams and Hamlin there, and Horton's able to sweep it away. Over to number 11, Ben Berry for the Liberators. Plays it back to Ingold and all the way back to Burke. Braden Burke plays it to the near side. Number 21, Soren Bachman, settles with his chest. He's trying to turn. Nangle comes on the double. They get it to number 17 and drop back to Max Berry. Back to 17 in the middle. He lets it run as he tries to turn. Plays the through ball. Horton, nice step to clear. Ingold there. Gets a touch, but to nobody as Dunaway steals. Dunaway with a nice touch to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher in the middle of the field. Gets challenged by Giglio. Schumacher able to turn. Still on the ball. Schumacher all the way back to Stewart to reset. Stewart lets it roll as number 27, Kenyon Adams, gives some pressure, and Stewart miskicks it out of play, throw in for the Liberators in the attacking half. Soren Bachman subbing out of the game as number 6, Nate Lobdell, checks in for the Liberators. Archer Ingold on the far side to take the throw on the restart. Ingold down the line. Horton's there first, plays it ahead, deflected off Schumacher. Back to the Liberators. Adams down the line. Ball across. Boney gets a deflection with his knee. Giglio tries to settle it out of the air and takes the shot, but Horton's there to clear. All the way back to Burke. He wants it from 45 and puts it in the back of the net for the goal. And what a goal from Burke from distance to take the 1-0 lead for the Liberators. See if we can take a look at a replay at that goal as the ball's cleared out to Burke. just a near post strike. Stewart's unable to get to it. All right, restart of play. Liberators leading 1-0. Ball, Ben Schumacher over to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger settles, double team comes, plays it down the line for Nangle to chase. Braden Burke's there first for the Liberators. Nangle pressures, drop back to Viles. Cougars come on the press. Nangle gets a touch across. Bryan drops back to Burke. Burke at the top of the box. Schumacher comes in with a challenge on Giglio as he's able to turn. Drop to Bryan as Bryant's in space. Bryant plays it to the far side for Xavier Cox. Cox unable to get to it in time, and he has to chase back for it. Hamlin in front. Cox plays the ball, spinning across. Boney's able to head it away. Strike by Adams, deflected by the Cougars, and sent back in. Out of play, goal kick for the Cougars. Stewart there to take the goal kick. Driving ball in. Burke gets a touch, deflected off 17 for the Liberators. Back to Burke. Over to Cox. Hamlin steps in, able to win it. Back to Cox. Played through to Bryant. Eli Bryant on the far side. Hamlin in front. Bryant stolen away by Hamlin, and Hamlin sends it away down the line. Ingold there. Archer Ingold plays it back into the middle. Ben Schumacher jumps up to win it, loses his feet. And 17 over to Giglio. Number 23 plays it in to Adams. Adams tries to go through. Boney's there to deflect. Ball's loose as Clevenger couldn't settle. Back to Adams as he carries across. Drop back into space. Brandon Schumacher steals. Schumacher claws it back to get some space. Carry into the near side. Has a challenge from 17 as he gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger on the near side. Makes a bridge touch around Barry.
That's a foul, buddy. Definitely.
Ball back to the Liberators. Giglio at the top. Into the corner. Adams there along with Horton. Horton fighting for the challenge. Tries to turn. Horton's able to clear it away. Nangle there to pressure and deflect it off of Giglio, throwing for the Cougars. Ribbon break there to take the throw. Braden Burke steps, gets a touch, all the way over to Cox. Xavier Cox taking space. Dunaway comes in and steals. Bryan steals it back. Dunaway fights back for the ball. Gets it over to Hamlin on the far side. Hamlin with the one touch up to Edson. Edson looking for space, plays it back into Dunaway. Dunaway, nice one touch up to Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher plays it down to his brother Ben, being challenged by Giglio. Ben Schumacher looking for space in the middle, gets it over to Break on the near side. Break, nice touch to get through for Ben. Ben Schumacher, nice touch to get through again. Challenge for the ball. And foul call on number 17. It's a free kick for the Cougars in just at the edge of the circle. So call it 50 yards. Jason Hamlin there to take it for the Cougars. Hamlin chips it over the top. Brandon Schumacher there, cleared away by Ben Barry. Ben Schumacher challenging on Ingold as Ingold's able to win it into some space, plays it down the line for Xavier Cox. Cox steps on the ball, and Hamlin's able to win it back. Hamlin down the line. Ben Barry there for the Liberators to settle. Barry down the line and out of play, and it's a throw-in for the Cougars. Jason Hamlin takes the throw short to Edson, back to Hamlin. Edson can't keep it in, throw in back to the Liberators. A couple subs at the line for the Liberators. Bryant and Cox subbing out. As number 16, Isaac Harper, and number 3, Yannick Davilar subbing the game. Liberators down the end line. Horton, nice challenge. And out of play for a corner kick for the Liberators. Number 16, Isaac Harper, who just entered the game, taking a corner kick for the Liberators. Back spinning ball. Header and then a touch, but wide of the frame. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars. Take a look at that again as the Liberators get the header touch and then a kick wide. Thank you.
Go green. Looking good, guys.
Rush Stewart there to take the goal kick. Knuckleball in the middle. Edson heads it forward and to the sideline. Ingold gets to it before it goes out. Plays it back into the middle. That's number 16, Harper. Edson comes back to challenge. Dunaway's there in front. Ben Schumacher comes in to steal. Ball deflected. Barry back to number 17 and over to 22, Ingold. Number 3, Davilar plays it down the line. Horton wins it to the corner and tries to get it out the sideline before it goes out, and he does. Throw in for the Liberators deep in the corner. All right, throw in for the Liberators. Horton heads it away and into a corner kick for the Liberators. Ball sent in. Boney gets a touch. Nangle's there, trying to clear it away. Hamlin clears, and Schumacher finally finishes the clear all the way out. Ball back into the top of the box. Bouncing ball. Fight for possession. Boney's able to clear. Back to Burke. Brandon Schumacher comes to pressure. Ball to the near side. Touched by number 6, Nobdell. Back into the middle. Brandon Schumacher there to steal. Schumacher, nice step to find space. Looking for Clevenger down the line. Nice touch as Max Berry's there. Berry and Clevenger fighting for it. Drop back to Burke. And Clevenger gets called for the push. And that's a free kick for the Liberators. Braden Burke into the middle of the field. Settled down by number 19, Lucas Paz. Giglio makes a touch to space. Nice save by Stewart, and Horton clears it out the end line for a corner kick on the near side for the Liberators. Number 16, Harper over to take the corner kick. Low ball in. Brake gets the first touch. Brake clears it with his left to the near side. And it'll be a throw for the Liberators. Number 12, Max Berry, over to take the throw. Barry into Colton Ingold. Back to Harper and dropped all the way back to Max Barry. Matt Giglio comes to receive the ball. Over to Ingold. Giglio tries to chip it through off an angle. Ball's loose to Paz. Ingold there in the box and saved by Stewart on the shot attempt by the Liberators. A lot of congestion there in the box. It looked like Ingold may have been off, but ended up going to ground, no foul called, and the Cougars are able to clean it up. Stewart, big top spinning ball to the middle of the field. Colton Ingold wins the header. Nangle there to win it back. Giglio with his chest to settle. Plays number 19, Lucas Paz, into space. Boney gets a touch to the sideline and out of play, throw-in for the Liberators. Inadvertent whistle as the Cougars were trying to sub, but it's the Liberators' throw, so no sub allowed. Ball knocked out of play, another throw for the Liberators. Back to number 12, Max Barry. Barry with time. Clevenger comes to pressure. Barry sends it in. Harper there for the header and doesn't get enough on it as Stewart's able to clean it up. Ball to the far side. Edson drop back, goes through to Horton. Horton plays it back to the sideline. Brandon Schumacher trying to connect. Schumacher makes the touch through, stolen away by number 11, Ben Barry. Barry with his left, back to Horton. Horton sends it into the air and out of play, and a throw-in on the sideline for the Liberators. Number 22, Archer Ingold, the sophomore left back there to take the throw. Ingold and Dunaway heads it in the air. Horton plays it back to the sideline. Edson comes down to win a touch. Jacks Edson back to Horton, plays it into the middle. Brandon Schumacher there, heads it into the air. Liberators get it to Giglio. Giglio with his left, and Stewart's right in position to claw that out of the air. Stewart taking his time as the Cougars reset into position. Ball high into the air to the near side. Clevenger and Barry. It looks like it touched Barry last. Throw in for the Cougars. Ruben break down to take the throw. Some subs coming in the game. Jax Edson taking a sub as Grayson Crumrine comes in as left back, moving Hamlin to right attack. Ball into play, number 27, Adams heads it to the line for number 21, Bachman. Break challenging, Bachman plays it across. Just behind Adams, Brian's there, drops it back to number 17, Ingold. Ingold over to the near side for Barry. Barry back into Giglio. Nangle there to defend, able to get it away, and Nangle clears. All the way back to Barry, who gets it to Ingold. Ingold with some space. Ingold sends it in, and just some miscommunication there as he was trying to play Giglio in, but Giglio had checked up. 13 minutes left to play here in the first half. The Liberators leading 1-0. Stewart with the side spinning ball to the far side as Hamlin's there to challenge. Ingold plays it in. That's Archer Ingold. Nangle heads it into the air. Ben Schumacher sweeps it over to Boney. Boney plays it across, deflected by Bachman. Ingold switching the field over to Xavier Cox. Cox making the run as Crumrine's in front. Cox making some move to get to the end line. Plays it across. Nangle's there to sweep it away. All the way back to the back line for Ben Barry. Barry gets pressured by Schumacher. Over to the middle of the field for Braden Burke. Burke to Giglio as Nangle challenges. Giglio trying to find space. Does the Maradona. Takes the shot, deflection, and goes wide of the goal. And corner kick for the Liberators. All right, number 12, Max Berry there to take the corner kick on the near side. Back spinning ball off of Brian's shoulder. Chase back for Bachman. Bachman into the middle for Colton Ingold. Over to Ben Berry. Berry thinks about it, gives it back to Ingold. Drop back to Burke. Burke to Bryant. One touch over to Ingold. Ingold looking for space. Clevenger defending. Ingold all the way across to Ben Berry. Berry with time. Looks in, passes it behind Brian. Ball deflected. Nangle plays it back in. Max Berry there to win it. Over to Ingold. Liberators possessing. Berry over the top for Xavier Cox as Crumrine's there to defend. Crumrine in front, deflected by Dunaway. Falls to Brian. Eli Bryant on the ball across to Ingold. Ingold one more over to Bachman. Ruben Brake there to defend. Bachman turns, plays it with his left on the ground. Horton tries to sweep it away, falls through to Adams. What a save by Stewart with the right foot as it goes to the end line. Cox able to keep it in. Hamlin challenging on the far side. Hamlin's able to win the challenge. Trying to turn as Cox goes for the tackle. Advantage called. Up to Schumacher as Schumacher looks for the 1-2 to play Hamlin on the run. Berry challenging. Burke comes in and wins the ball back for the Liberators all the way back to Viles in the goal for the Liberators. Ball on the ground, mistouch. Clevenger's there at the top. Clevenger, far post. Burke steps on the ball. It's loose and almost in. Clevenger back to it. And Burke able to clear it away to the near side. Out of play, throw in for the Cougars after they retrieve the ball, went into the parking lot. Ruben Brake there to take the throw. Under 10 to play here in the first half. Brake into Schumacher. Ingold steps through and wins it. Plays the clear. Up to Adams. Adams heavy on the touch and sends it out of play back to the Cougars. Boy, what a momentum change that would have been. It looked like the Liberators were in for goal 2. And then on the switch of the field, the Cougars almost answered to equalize. Good ball by Nangle to Clevenger. Clevenger able to settle right on the line. Ball deflected off of Schumacher and back to the Liberators. Bachman subbing out as number 6, Lobdell checks back in for the Liberators. Max Berry there to take the throw on the restart. Plays it over the top, headed by number 6, Lobdell. Nangle's there first. Lobdell pressuring. Nangle goes wide. Lobdell comes in on the challenge and deflects. And throw in ruled to the Liberators. It sure looked like Lobdell knocked that out of play. Ball into Bryant. And dumb foul on Dunaway as he just pushes him over right in a dangerous spot. Braden Burke, the senior center back who has the 1 goal on the day for the Liberators, there to take the free kick.
You ready, Rush? He's going to take it.
Call it 25 yards out. 3-man wall for the Cougars. Everyone else for the Liberators stacked to the left with Eli Bryant at the top being marked by Clevenger. Bryant chips it to the far side. Cox gets a header on it. Stewart can't control it. And, it looked like it was a handball. There's let's see if we can see it again. Whoever slid in on that play actually deflected off of his hand, and the ref caught that. Right here, it hits his hand, and then the finish comes. So restart with a free kick for the Cougars. All right, some confusion there on the restart. It was called a foul, so it's a restart on the ground for the Cougars. Stewart plays it to the far side of the field. Archer Ingold plays it back in to Adams. Adams heavy on the touch. Dunaway steps in. Ball deflected back into the middle of the field for Burke. Burke sends it over the top. Adams is there on the run. Gets a touch with his left, plays it in. Stewart this time can't control it. And number 6, Nate Lobdell there to clean it up for the Liberators. And the Liberators lead 2-0. See this ball over the top. Adams gets that touch with his left, plays it with his left. Stewart gets hands on it but can't secure it. And Lobdell there to finish it. All right, restart of the action, 2-0, under 7 to play here in the first half. Clevenger gets a touch up to Nangle. Then Schumacher steps on the ball. Giglio there to steal. Giglio plays Adams in. Horton, nice defense. Tries to clear it. Crumrine there to challenge on Adams. Adams still on the ball. Drops it back to Bryant. One more back to the left back, number 22, Archer Ingold. Back to Ben Berry as Brandon Schumacher comes in to challenge. Schumacher wins it. Schumacher still on the ball, being tightly defended by Berry. Over the sideline, and Berry's able to clear. Archer Ingold back to the ball with some space in the middle. Plays it through for Adams as Horton steps. And cleared away. Evans, your teammate, Justin. That's his line. Then Schumacher steals. Cox defending. Schumacher carries back to the middle. Cox comes in, played across. Giglio steals. Ball played through for Bryant. Horton there clears it with his left. That'll stay in play. Boney chases with Bryan. And Boney clears it away on the sideline, throwing for the Liberators. Harper subbing in the game for Matt Giglio, the senior midfielder. Colton Ingold takes the throw into Burke. Braden Burke to Harper. Harper over the top. Number 6, Lobdell there for the shot. Tries to one-touch it and can't get a clean touch on it over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Rush Stewart there to take the goal kick. Driving ball into the middle. Goes through everyone. Schumacher will chase as Burke drops back. Burke to Viles. Viles side spinning ball to the near side. Max Berry heads it out of play. And a throw in for the Cougars here on the near side. Ruben Brake there to take the throw. Brake on the ground. Burke heads it or clears it into the air. Lobdell there settles, plays it with his left to Adams. Adams can't control it. Horton and Boney run over each other, and Horton clears it out the sideline. Throw in for the Liberators. Berry into Braden Burke. Burke with some space, plays it high over the top. Adams comes up. Horton gets a touch on it. Balls to Adams, leaves it for Lobdell. Ball deflected by Horton off Lobdell's leg, and goes right to Stewart for the save. Stewart to Nangle. Nangle over to Clevenger. Clevenger's being pressured by Berry. Double comes by Lobdell. Clevenger's able to get it back to Brake. Brake with a touch back into space. Brake looks for Schumacher to turn. Being defended by Ingold. Schumacher stays on the ball, plays it wide for Hamlin. Hamlin chasing down the line. Hamlin with a touch, looking to get to the edge, plays it across for Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher doesn't get a clean touch on it as it goes to the goal, and Viles is there to scoop it out of the air. Harper switching the field over to the far side. Goes through Crumrine to Xavier Cox. Cox plays it in for Bryan. Eli Bryan on the ball, defended by Horton. Played to the end line and ruled off of Horton. Last corner kick for the Liberators. Really nice opportunity for the Cougars on that last play as Hamlin got to the line, able to play that ball back to Brandon Schumacher. Looked like he might have had deflection right there as he made the shot. Burke stepping in to deflect. Corner kick set in, back to live action. Headed in the air by Crumrine. Adams there and gets a header towards the goal, but Stewart's able to scoop it out. Stewart with a quick throw out to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin's being challenged. Both Liberators go to the ground. Hamlin plays it back to the middle for Brandon Schumacher, being defended by Burke. Schumacher can't control the touch, and Burke's able to sweep it away. Throw in on the far side for the Cougars. Dunaway looking to take the throw quickly, gets it into Brandon Schumacher. Challenged by Ingold, able to win it. Crumrine steps in, plays it down the line for Hamlin. Hamlin plays it across. Max Berry there heads it away, or clears it away. Ben Schumacher settles it down with his chest, gets it to Nangle. Nangle looking for an option, plays it over to Dunaway. Dunaway from 25, plays it in for Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher there. Chipped across, and Burke clears it. Ben Berry there down the line. Crumrine steps, plays it back in. But nobody's there, and it's a throw. It's a goal kick for the Liberators. Some nice attacks there for the Cougars, getting shots for Brandon Schumacher in the box. Braden Burke back to take the goal kick for the Liberators. Burke with a high spinning ball. Justin Boney comes up to win the header. Ball falls to Ingold. Ben Schumacher got a touch but couldn't possess. Bob Bell being challenged by Clevenger, drops it all the way back to Braden Burke. Burke deflected by Brandon Schumacher. Justin Boney there tries to settle. Harper wins it in the middle of the field. Isaac Harper looking to turn, deflected by Dunaway. Over to Ben Berry down the line as number 3, Davilar challenges with Crumrine. Crumrine wins it, but out of play, and a throw in for the Liberators. Over the top as Horton has to sweep it away to the sideline, and it's a throw for the Liberators. That should do it for the first half. My clock's a little bit off of the official clock, and that's the halftime whistle. And we'll go to halftime with the Liberators leading 2-0. That is the same score as the halftime of the matchup 10 days ago. All right, we'll take a halftime break, get 10 minutes on the clock, and I'll send you through the first half recap as we take an audio break. All right, we're back for the start of the second half. Cougars using that whole halftime period to discuss a game plan. Just now breaking the huddle. It'll be the Cougars kickoff to start the second half. Cougars in green going left to right. Brandon Schumacher at the striker position. Schumacher got a few opportunities in the first half. Along with number 27 for the Liberators, Kenyon Adams had a couple nice chances as well. Goals in the first half by Braden Burke and Nate Lobdell. And that's the whistle. Second half underway. Schumacher plays it back to his brother Ben, who plays it over the top. Burke gets a deflection. Ingold's able to play it back into the middle. Number 21 is Bachman. Boney steps, plays it up to Schumacher, trying to turn on Burke, but Burke's able to win it. Burke to the far side. Bachman chases with break. Bachman's able to get there first, plays it into the middle. Horton clears it to the sideline, and it's out for a corner kick for the Liberators. Looks like that's Giglio over to take the corner kick this time. Nope, I'm sorry, that's Bachman over to take the corner kick. Ball in, Boney heads it away. Eli Bryan there drops it back to Barry. Over to Bachman on the far side. Clevenger steps, Bachman gets around, deflected by Break, and out of play again. Another corner kick upcoming. Again, number 21, Soren Bachman, the senior, over to take the corner kick. Ball to the top of the box. Boney again heads it away. Break over there to challenge. Bachman gets there first, gets it back to Bryant on the drop. Eli Bryant all the way back to Ben Berry at midfield. Brandon Schumacher comes into pressure. Over to his brother Max Berry. And out of play as the pass went wide of Bachman, throw in for the Cougars on the far side. Ruben Break takes the big throw up to Brandon Schumacher. Burke heads it down, but Brandon's there to steal. Schumacher plays his brother Ben in. Challenged by Ingold. Schumacher trying to get through. Barry there on the double. Brandon Schumacher plays it back in. Edson there in front of the goal, and Jack Edson puts it in. Jack Edson for the goal, and the Cougars are back in it. Jack Edson, the freshman, with his first varsity goal. Take a look here as Edson just able to steal and find the side of the net.
Go get another one, Jack. Go do it again.
All right, 37-30 left to play in the second half. Cougars back in it, 2-1 the score. Xavier Cox on the near side, connecting to Giglio as he carries it to the corner. Being defended by Dunaway. Giglio with the left across, and Stewart's right there to make the save. Stewart to the far side for Clevenger. Titus Clevenger carries wide. Being defended by Barry. Barry pokes it away. Clevenger able to shield. Clevenger tries to get the turn, still being defended by Barry. Clevenger still trying to shield him off the ball, and foul called on Barry for the push in the back. And it's a free kick for the Cougars. Good job by Clevenger holding position until he was able to draw the foul. Break on the ground, stolen away by Bachman. Bachman plays it in to Adams. One more to Ingold, and Colton Ingold, sends it over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Restart with the goal kick. Stewart there to take the kick. Stewart up to Nangle. Nangle settles, tries to turn, deflected away by Bryant. Bryant plays it in. Adams touched the corner. Boney goes to the ground and wins it, and it's out on the end line. Corner kick upcoming for the Liberators. Bachman there looking to take it quickly. Actually, they're switching up. Xavier Cox will now take the corner as Bachman comes into the attack. 5 guys for the Liberators in the box. Ball spinning in. Dunaway gets a head on it. Giglio able to get back to it. Could have been a high kick on Giglio as he went right into Dunaway's face. Headed by Barry. Comes out to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin able to win it with Adams. Nice cut by Hamlin to get space. Carrying across, plays it with his left on the switch. Deflected off Brian's head. Schumacher plays it over to his brother Brandon. Brandon gets tripped up from behind. And free kick for the Cougars. Schumacher taking his time to get up. Take your time. Wait for him to get up there. Jason Hamlin with his left plays the ball over the top. Brandon Schumacher and Ben Barry there goes over Barry's head. Burke plays it in. Ben Schumacher there to win it. Schumacher carries across. Loses it to Barry. Giglio into the middle for Adams. Giglio plays Cox through. Horton there. Horton's able to win it first and out of play on the sideline throw in for the Liberators. All right, back to the action. Liberators have the throw. Barry plays the big throw in. Adams heads it away. Boney there trying to clear. All the way back to Max Barry. I'm sorry, that was Ingold that took the throw in. Bachman plays it in, and Nangle's able to clear it away. And it's a throw on the far side for the Liberators. Thrown in. Ingold there. Connor Ingold plays it back to Ben Barry. Barry across, stolen by Edson, tipped to Dunaway. Horton has to step in and clear, and it's out for a throw-in on the near side right in front of us for the Liberators. Archer Ingold, the sophomore, there to take the throw for the Liberators. Played into Adams. Adams heads it away. Hamlin's there to win it. Hamlin over to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher with a drop to Horton. Horton driving ball through. Burke settles. Switching the field. Over to Bachman. Brake comes to pressure. Bachman tries to get to the edge. Brake stays in front. Bachman back to the middle as Brake steps in. Ball's loose in the middle. Connor Ingold. Ball across to Bachman, ruled in. Adams, wow, he kicks the goalie. No call. Let's go, guys. Full kick into the goalie. Play on. Ben Schumacher back to Dunaway. Dunaway gets doubled. Stolen away by Giglio. Giglio's in, takes the shot, and scores the goal. And the score's 3-1. Take a look at that last play as Giglio comes in and just kicks right into Stewart. No call. And then they follow up with the goal. Ball restarted over to Schumacher, over to break on the far side. Bachman gets a touch away. Eli Bryant back in, gives a touch to Adams. Adams takes the shot, but over the frame, and it's a goal kick upcoming for the Cougars. Really bad. You can't miss full kicks into the goalie, guys. Come on. Back spinning ball in the middle. Dunaway heads it. Ingold there with Schumacher. Ben Schumacher tries to settle. Able to get to it. Plays it back to Hamlin. Hamlin deflected by Xavier Cox and out of play. Throw in for the Cougars on the near side. Hamlin takes the throw to Edson. Ball out of play back to the Cougars. Cox steals up to Adams. Adams back to Cox into the corner as Hamlin gets there and out for a corner kick for the Liberators. Ball sent across the backside, goes over everyone. Bachman plays it in. Bryan there, swept away by Ben Schumacher. Keeper Viles all the way up as Brandon Schumacher chases. Viles plays it on the ground wide. Max Berry lets it run to Bachman. Bachman able to get space on the turn. Boney there to win it. Over to Ben Schumacher, and foul called. Free kick for the Cougars. Every foul's from behind. Ball up to Schumacher. Burke plays it back into the middle. Nangle wins it. Engel to the near side for Cox. Cox able to turn, plays Bryant on the diagonal. Horton there to shield. Bryant gets a touch to the end line. Horton gets a touch to challenge. Fight for possession. Horton wins it again. Clears it to the middle. Engel turns and drops it back to his brother into Giglio. Giglio on the attack. Makes a move around Horton. Plays it in. Loose ball and corner kick is a ruin. I couldn't tell where that ball went. Center had the hand up like it was a offside, but I think he was just stopping the play. Corner kick on the substitutions for the Liberators. Back spinning ball in and goes off the side of the net. Goal kick for the Cougars. Stewart takes the goal kick, spinning ball in the middle. Burke steps to win it. Braden heads it forward over top of Nangle as he heads it back to Boney, and Boney sweeps it to the sideline. Throw in for the Liberators. Big throw in. Ball's loose. Adams finds it at his feet. Adams finds space. And Stewart with another nice save. As Adams went near post, Stewart right there to knock it down and gather it. Stewart punts it to the near side. Bounces over Edson. Archer Ingold there to settle. Actually lets it roll out of play. Throw in for the Liberators. Ingold plays it down the line for Cox. Hamlin there to shield. Able to turn. Hamlin gets fouled. Ref says play on in the box. Ball into the middle of the field. Max Berry wins it down with his chest. Up to Connor Ingold. Ingold with space. Deflected by Schumacher. Breaks there. Ruben Brake carrying. Looks to play Schumacher. Ball's loose as Clevenger gets to it. Clevenger gets through the challenge. Gets it to Brandon Schumacher. Drop back as Bryant steals. Ball deflected. Giglio there. Giglio on the run. Nangle slides down and wins the ball. Hamlin there on the ball on the near side. Archer Ingold comes to pressure as Hamlin carries back to the middle. Hamlin tries to play it through with his left. Burke deflects. Number 6, Lobdell challenges for it, gets it on the sideline. 1-2 to Bryant. Back to Lobdell. Ball deflected by Brake. Brake able to play it back in the middle of the field, but Connor Ingold is there for it. Over the top for Giglio. Giglio with his chest cuts it back. One-on-one with the keeper, and Giglio slots it in for the goal. And the Liberators now lead 4-1. All right, restarted play. Schumacher plays it wide, deflected by Lobdell. Brandon Schumacher comes in on the challenge. Ingold goes to ground as Schumacher steals it. Ball played through on the far side for Clevenger. Max Berry there turns it wide. Up to Lobdell. Crumrine plays it ahead. Berry on the line. And Crumrine there clears it out. Throwing for the Liberators on the far side. Spencer Jackson at the line at the next opportunity. Crumrine heads it away. Another throw for the Liberators. Into Colton Ingold. Ingold turns. Drop back to Ben Berry. Berry plays it through. Nobody's there, and Hamlin wins it. Hamlin over the top for Brandon Schumacher, too direct, and all the way into the box. Viles is there to pick it up. Played out of the back to Ben Berry as Edson comes to challenge. Edson to the near side for Ingold. Archer Ingold, that is. Edson comes back to challenge. Ball up to Cox. Over to Giglio as he plays through. To Adams down the left side. Adams with his left plays the side spinning ball in. And off of Stewart as number 6, Lobdell goes right through Stewart's arms. Cox takes the corner kick from the near side, spinning in. Stewart right there in position, able to win it. Ball played to the near side for Edson. Edson settles back to the middle. Finds Dunaway on the run. Dunaway cuts it back, and Giglio clips him up. Hamlin plays it over the top. Berry sweeps it away. Up to Harper, a loose ball. Ben Schumacher there to win it. Schumacher to Dunaway. Dunaway trying to turn. It's every kick from behind. Every kick is from behind.
Go, 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 go. I'm behind you, Jack. There you go. There you go.
That's 1 to 10.
Come on, Green. Win a ball.
Hey, Green, face up. Win it back. Get up.
Burke plays it in on the free kick. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars. Jax Edson subbing out of the game as Spencer Jackson checks in for the Cougars. Stewart plays it over the top. Ingold wins the header in. Adams goes through Boney, and another foul called on the Liberators. Still no cards tonight. Hamlin takes the free kick over to the far side for Clevenger. Clevenger dropped back to Kremrine, deflected away by Lobdell, and Boney has to clear it away, throwing for the Liberators on the far side. Clevenger back into Nangle. Nangle finds Schumacher. Ben Schumacher back to Titus. Clevenger looks for Brandon Schumacher on the run. Schumacher, nice step. Burke wins it back and plays it into the middle. To Adams, one touches, Dunaway steals, gets it to Horton. Horton over to the near side for Jackson. Jackson gets a touch, fights through, deflected by Harper. Spencer Jackson able to win it into space. Ben Schumacher on it. Schumacher to Clevenger. Brandon Schumacher making the run to connect. Clevenger, nice bridge touch to get through the challenge. Clevenger carries down the line, and Ingold knocks him off the ball, and a free kick for the Cougars. Ben Schumacher there to take the free kick for the Cougars. .20 left to play here in the second half. Liberators leading 4-1 on the Cougars. Side spinning ball in, headed in the air by Harper. Max Berry tries to clear. Gets it to Lobdell, who plays it back in the middle for Giglio. Giglio with space, Nangle there in front. Nangle steps. Ball deflected. Giglio gets through the challenge, and foul on Nangle. Free kick for Liberators. Near midfield, Braden Burke there to take the free kick for the Liberators. Giglio down and back up is okay. Harper heads it in for Lobdell. Lobdell able to get to it. Crumrine comes to challenge, deflect away by Dunaway. Ingold gets a shot, but Dunaway's there to deflect again, and it's a corner kick for the Liberators. Isaac Harper there to take the corner. Back spinning ball, and over the back of the goal. Goal kick resulting for the Cougars. Stewart side spinning ball over to the far side, goes over Clevenger and Max Berry. Burke's able to keep it in. Braden Burke over the top. What is... Ball all the way across for number 3, Davliar. Falls to Bryant. Dunaway in front. Eli Bryant plays it back into the middle for Ingold. Then Schumacher there to steal. Schumacher with a touch. Schumacher gets through the challenge, being defended by Harper. And foul called on the Liberators. Free kick for the Cougars. Hamlin there to take the quick kick. Stolen by Barry. Barry plays it down the line, headed in the air by Crumrine. Played across by Bachman, and Horton clears to the end line. Corner kick upcoming for the Liberators. Harper backspinning ball in. Dunaway gets the first touch. Out to the near side. Spencer Jackson gets to the ball. Braden Burke there to defend. Jackson cuts it back to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher gets a touch to space. Trying to turn. Schumacher carrying across as Ben Berry challenges. All the way over Clevenger as number 6, Lodbill, goes to the ground. Lodbill wins the ball out of play, though, and throw in for the Cougars on the sideline. Crumrine takes the throw down the line. Max Berry heads it into the air. Brandon Schumacher there to settle. Berry's able to clear. Goes to Nangle. Nangle back into the middle. Ben Schumacher there to receive it. Over to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin has time, has pressure coming, gets it to Dunaway. Dunaway playing the connection for Hamlin on the run. Hamlin down the line. Ben Berry steps in. Berry steals it and plays it out with the left foot and throw in for the Cougars.
Another one? He's under a car.
All right, after chasing the ball down, we are ready for the throw-in. Hamlin takes the throw, gets it into Ben Schumacher. Schumacher trying to find space. Plays it over to Dunaway. Dunaway to Jackson. Archer Ingold steps in to win it, gets it to Bryant. Dunaway gets a touch away. Dunaway pushed in the back, gets away with it. Ball into Ben Berry in the box. Dunaway pressuring. Dunaway steals it. Looking for a drop. Trying to turn. Challenge with Berry. Dunaway stays on the ball. Back to the box. Dunaway makes a touch in. Ball's loose. Harper's there at the top. Harper clears it to Bryant on the near side. Bryant's able to get through. Plays it over the top. Horton steps and wins it. To Hamlin in the middle. Hamlin trying to get around the challenge. Plays it in with his left. And all the way into Viles to pick it up in the box. Wyatt Viles plays it short to Berry. Ben Berry gets through the first challenge on Brandon Schumacher. Eli Bryant there with time as he gets it over to Colton Ingold. Over the top. And all the way into the box to direct as Stewart's able to get in there, get to the top and pick it up. Rush Stewart punting the ball back to the middle. Goes over the first line. Burke there tries to settle. Goes through to Harper. Harper plays to the far side as Crumrine and Lobdell go to it. Crumrine gets there, trying to turn and plays out the sideline, throw in for the Liberators. Bachman into Harper. Harper wants the strike, deflected by Nangle. Falls to Clevenger. Clevenger trying to turn. Stays on the ball as Ingold comes into pressure. Colton Ingold fighting for the position and wins the free kick. It's a free kick for the Liberators from about 30 out. Braden Burke there to take the kick. Two-man wall with Clevenger and Ben Schumacher. Burke chips it over the top. Horton gets a touch on it but can't send it away. Ball gets to the near side as Hamlin and number 3, Davliar challenge for it. Hamlin back to the middle, plays it over with his left. Schumacher's on all the way through to Brandon Schumacher. Ben Berry's able to get back to it. Schumacher gets a touch. Brandon Schumacher carrying, cuts it back, looking for a runner. Clevenger's there, tries to make the touch through. Ball deflected back to Brandon Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher turns to face. Gets challenged by Burke, still on the ball. Schumacher gets through to his brother Ben. Poked away by Max Berry. Over to Bachman. Bachman down the line and deflected by Kremrine out of play, throwing for the Liberators. Under 12 to play. Into Harper. Boney clears. Schumacher's on. Berry has to clear it away as Burke gets there and actually clears it to the middle of the field. Colton Ingold on the ball. Angle comes a step and deflects. Ball gets through to Bachman on the far side. Over to Max Berry. Berry back in the middle of the field for Ingold. He lets it run. Ball played to the near side for Davliar. Hamlin defending. Deflected by Hamlin on the send-in. Hamlin clears it away. Deflected by Bryan. Archer Ingold comes in. Played across to Harper. Over to Bachman. Bachman looking at his options. Chips it in for Harper, but too direct. And out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. Break kicks at the far side. First touch by Berry. Can't control it. Clevenger comes in. Goes for the shield. Berry pokes it back to the middle. But ball's out of play. It's a throw for the Cougars. Ryan takes the throw down the line for Clevenger. He heads it back into the middle. Schumacher there. Burke's able to get there first. Gets it over to Berry. Spencer Jackson steals. Good idea getting it through to Schumacher, but Schumacher couldn't connect to it as the Liberators clear. Vivillier plays it down the line for number 19, Paz. Lucas Paz gets through the challenge on Horton, played across. Boney's able to clear. Paz still on the ball. Drop back into the middle. Ben Schumacher comes in to win it. Schumacher carrying down the near side as Ingold's there. Hamlin down the line, plays it over the top. Ben Berry will chase. Brandon, get there. Drop back to Viles. Switch to Burke on the far side. Burke has room. Clevenger comes up to pressure. Clevenger steals. Burke shields. Clevenger fighting for it and gets tripped up. Free kick for the Cougars. Nice job by Titus Clevenger to win that challenge. Ben Schumacher coming over to take the free kick. Say 30 yards out. Just outside the frame of the goal. Schumacher set to take the kick, plays it low, and all the way in. Viles is there to scoop it off the ground. Wyatt Viles, the keeper, at the top to reset, plays it on the ground to Colton Ingold. Ingold has room, plays it over the top. Number 3, Davliar, plays it across. Nangle is able to win it down. Nangle plays it to Spencer Jackson. Archer Ingold pressures, deflects it away to number 19, Paz. Ingold over to Bryan. Back to Paz in the middle, drop to Colton Ingold. Cleared away by the Cougars. Max Berry over on the far side to keep it in. Berry turns, plays it wide for Bachman. Ball deflected, ball still in as Clevenger gets it. Clevenger gets it to Schumacher as he checks back. Schumacher with some room. Burke coming up to pressure. Schumacher carrying across. Still on the ball. Schumacher drops back to his brother Ben. Ben over wide to Clevenger. As Clevenger, nice chip over the top, back to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher drops to Brandon. Over to Titus Clevenger. Clevenger down the line for Ben. Being defended by Burke. And Burke's able to step in and win it. Braden Burke, big ball over the top. Boney chasing back for it. And Boney's able to win it out for a corner kick. Just miscommunication by the back line of the Cougars. Stewart just needs to come up and play that at his feet. There's no reason for him to be in the box there. He had 30 yards of space. Just come up and win it and then play it ahead. All right, corner kick for the Liberators. Side spinning ball in at the top. Cox gets a shot at, deflected by Boney. All the way back to Max Berry. Berry takes a strike in, and Stewart's there to grab it out of the air. 6 minutes left to play. Stewart rolls it out the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin carrying, Bryan comes to challenge. Hamlin cuts it back into space. Challenged by number 7. Kason Hamlin gets through the challenge. Hamlin plays it over the top for Clevenger. Clevenger trying to get in with Berry pressure, and Berry able to win the ball back and turn. Ball down the line. Number 27, Adams, back in the game as a midfielder. Played it over the top, and Horton's able to clear. Throw in for, throw in for the Liberators on the near side. Xavier Cox there to take the throw for the Liberators. Ball thrown in, Mango clears, gets it to Hamlin. Back to Cox. Cox has some space to take. All the way to the top of the box. Cox with his right, and Stewart with the diving save. Stewart punts it away. Max Berry with his chest, able to win it down. Drop back to Adams. Kenyon Adams back to Braden Burke on the back line. All over to the far side. Back to Burke. Burke line drive in, Dunaway steals. Adams gets a touch ahead, and Engel's there to win it back. Engel slots it into Dunaway. Archer Ingold wins it back to Bryan. Up to number 7, that's Kilpatrick. Bryan thinks about it and sends it in. Stewart able to win it with his feet and then picks it up. 4 minutes to play. Top spinning ball in the middle of the field. Bryant wins the header first. Up to Adams in the middle. Adams plays it to the near side for Archer Ingold. Into the middle as Dunaway challenges on Bryan. The ball goes through both guys. Hamlin's there to win it. Gets it to Dunaway. Actually, he stays on it. Hamlin plays Jackson into space. Ben Berry there for the Liberators. Jackson, nice pressure, deflects it out of play. Throw in for the Liberators in the defensive third. Reiner Ramos and Ben Bandy checking in for the Cougars. Oh, actually, they mistake there that they're trying to let them sub in, but it's the Liberators throw, so they're putting them back to the line. Archer Ingold there to take the throw over top of the first line. Cox ahead. Hamlin there to cover. He's able to stop the run. Cox carrying it across the middle, plays it all the way across for Giglio. Heavy on the touch as Crumrine sends in and clears it. Burke wins it back to Adams into the corner. Heavy on the touch by, can't quite tell who that is over there. Out of play though, but it's a goal kick upcoming for the Cougars. And Bandy and Ramos will come in the game for the Cougars. Evan Horton and Lucas Nangle subbing out. Rush Stewart kicks it in the middle of the field. Then Bandy, Ben Barry gets the touch. Stolen by Schumacher in the middle. Brandon Schumacher there. Barry comes in, deflects it. Brandon's able to get back to it. Plays it to Hamlin. Hamlin tries to split the double. Stolen by Brian. Brian carrying ahead as Hamlin wins it. Across the middle, Ramos there. Kilpatrick gets back to the ball. Crumrine deflects. Falls to Xavier Cox. Cox makes a move back to the middle. Ball chipped in, and Stewart's off his line to grab it. Stewart throws it out to the far side. Clevenger has some space. Clevenger being defended by Max Berry. Plays it over the top for Brandon Schumacher on the run. Schumacher on the ball. Takes the strike. Far post and just wide of the frame. Deflected by the Liberators. Corner kick upcoming for the Cougars.
Corner, let's go.
Brandon Schumacher over to take the corner kick. Schumacher side spinning ball in. Hits Dunaway, loose for Clevenger, and Clevenger off the crossbar. And goal kick for the Liberators. This may be the last play of the game upcoming as we are to 20 seconds remaining. Braden Burke takes the restart into the middle of the field. Dunaway wins the settle, heads it forward to Jackson. Stolen away by Cox. And Xavier Cox will run it out. That will do it for the game. Final score, Liberators 4, Cougars 1. All right, we'll have about a 10-minute break to get ready for the JV half, and then we'll be back for that. We'll send you through the second half recap here as we take a break.